Hi guys, Mons here. On the last topic on today's episode all about Mons, we're going to be looking at the NBA Finals Game 2 between OKC Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. After the dramatic Game 1 between the two teams, it was pretty obvious what was going to happen in the next game, because when the road team, the underdog, wins Game 1, the favorites always come out with a desperate mentality. They have to win Game 2. So like I said in my previous video, I felt this was going to be a blowout win. It's a shed loss for the Indiana Pacers, which is exactly what happened. And I believe Indiana Pacers were delighted splitting this series so far. It's 1-1 so far. They're going back to Indiana for Game 3 on Wednesday night. So that's no problem at all. I'll be very happy if I was Indiana Pacers in the position they were in. I'm just going to go through a couple of points from the game from Sunday night. So in the first quarter, OKC had a 6-point lead. Pacers forced some early turnovers from OKC, which was very uncharacteristic from OKC, because OKC are normally a team that take care of the ball really well, and they force other teams into turn over the ball. So that was very good. That was a very good start for the Pacers. But I said the Pacers weren't going to be able to keep that pace up, because you could just tell the Thunders were playing with the desperation they were playing with was ridiculous. And Chet Holmgren, I've banging about Chet Holmgren in the last couple of episodes I've done in terms of OKC Thunder. It was very poor in Game 1. I think he had 6 points in Game 1, and in the first quarter, I think he had 9 points on his own in the first quarter of the game. Chet came out. He was aggressive. When you have a poor offensive game like Chet did, and you're shooting the ball poorly, what I would normally like to see from players, just take the ball to the rim, get an easy layup, just get a couple of easy layups. Then after that, the game just becomes so much easier, and that's exactly what Chet did. He had an easy dunk. Then after that, it was absolutely balling out, and then he was shooting great also from the tree, which was great to see. I love seeing, I'm a big fan of Chet Holmgren. I've said that in my previous episodes, and he was fantastic in this game. Chet, SGA, Jalen Williams, and also Caruso. Four of them were absolutely fantastic in this game. Caruso and Lou Dort, man, they were defensively, man, they were in every single 50-50 ball. Those two won it. And then Caruso gave us 20 points. Caruso gave OKC 20 points off the bench as well, which was a near perfect all-around game for Caruso. Your job is to come in and defend, but then you also hit a couple of trees. It was so once their shots are falling, I was like, it's curtains for Indiana Pacers. I couldn't see the Pacers winning this game whatsoever. It was a shed loss for the Pacers, like I was saying. And OKC had a 19-point lead going into the fourth quarter. And I know with Indiana Pacers this year, the game is not over till it's over. But I don't know. I just felt it wasn't the type of game where you knew they were going to get blown out. It was a shed loss for the Pacers. And then just a quick point on Halliburton. Just a quick point on Halliburton. So far in this playoff, Halliburton has been fantastic. No diss whatsoever. But however, in this game, I felt Halliburton was very passive early on. If you steal Game 2 as well, you're 2-0 up going back home. I know you're happy with splitting the game. However, it was so passive. I think he only had 4 or 5 points up until the fourth quarter. Then he started getting aggressive when you're 19 points down. The reason to me is you have to be aggressive from either you just have to be, in my opinion, you just have to be aggressive from the start. Either offensively trying to get your points or trying to get your teammates involved. But also you have to give credit to OKC Thunder, because Lou Dort was absolutely fantastic, and Caruso took turns on him. Siakam had a pretty decent game as well, in my opinion. Siakam, I think, is the best player on this Pacers team, in my opinion. I don't think that's up for debate. I know Halliburton gets the headline. Halliburton is probably my favorite player on this Pacers team, but Siakam, in my opinion, is the best player on this team. So, like I said, they're going back to Indiana. Series is split. It's not much you can ask for. OKC were heavy favorites. However, Pacers stole Game 1 in a dramatic fashion, and that's pretty much it. And Shea did what Shea normally does. High 30-point game. That's just Shea all over. I remember there's a couple of tough shots he made over Ben Mathurin and Aaron Nesmith. they literally guarded him so close, but he's just a turnaround jumper, man. He's just cash money. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander turnaround jumper. He's just cash money. He's one of them players who he's like Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan. Their jump shot is just amazing. Like you just don't stop them. You just hope and pray they miss, no matter how good you defend them. In my opinion, I'm really looking forward to Game 3 on Wednesday night. It's going to be a fantastic game, in my opinion. I cannot wait to see how the Pacers come out, how Halliburton comes out, how Siakam comes out, because the Indiana crowd are going to be going crazy, similar to how the OKC crowds were going crazy. Were going crazy last night in this game. Very impressive win. It was a shadow loss for the Pacers, so really look forward to Game 3. Also, don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you have any questions. If you have any comments or debate, whatever, I'll get back to you. Anything you want to comment, and if you want to have a debate, no problem at all whatsoever. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you guys again after Game 3 or Game 4. Thank you very much.